What's up, guys? So today I wanted to make a video on how to price out your vehicles. I'm out here doing a full detail on an Audi Q5. It's looking to take me probably 6 to 7 hours to do, and I literally just got here, set my stuff up, got my donut, of course, and I think my air compressor is leaking. But yeah, the car's not looking too bad. It's got brown leather interior. Outside is a nice blue color. Just some dirt in the carpet. Not really any stains in the leather seats. Pretty much what I'll be doing today is the basic full detail. So I go through, clean everything, condition the leather. I include that in the basic detail. And on the outside, I'll foam it down, use a wash mitt on it, clay bar it, rinse all that off, and then put a protectant on it. So alright, so I got a couple tips up my sleeve today for you guys. So first one, gotta say, is gonna be sorry, that's the wrong one. First one, gotta be check other detailer prices. So what I mean by that is you're gonna want to call around your area or look on their website and see what they charge for their vehicles. I'd say call or check probably a minimum of 5 different detailers' websites and put those numbers together. What that's going to help you do is figure out the pricing for your area so you can have the perfect price in between the most expensive person that you found and the cheapest person you found. You don't want to make your price too cheap because you want to make it worth it for yourself, and you don't want to make your price too expensive because then nobody's going to buy from you. Alright, so I ended up taking off the Adams sweatshirt. It was getting a little hot out, and like, I don't really want to be ripping Adams right now, so I've noticed that prices are a little bit tough for people to figure out. I mean, that's why I wanted to make a video like this. The main reason, I think, is because people that talk about it are in different locations. They have different circumstances, like they have people working for them or they have to pay for a shop or whatever. So my circumstance is going to be a little bit different because I live in Massachusetts. I work alone and I don't have a shop or any real payments that I have to make for my detailing business every month. But my prices can be a little bit lower than, let's say, somebody with 4 employees and a shop to pay for and 2 vans to pay for. So I'll still talk about my prices so you guys can compare to them. But also, I mean, if you have 3, 4 vans, a shop and all that, you're probably not going to be figuring out how to price your details because you already got that down pat. If you don't jam out with AirPods in when you're detailing, get yourself some AirPods. If you guys are really serious about starting a detailing business, I mean, all you're really gonna do is watch the other videos that I have, think about some of the things that I said in them, and you can go from there. Everything you can order online. You can shove it all in your car and build a website, build an Instagram page and a Facebook, and just start advertising a little bit to push your name out there in the beginning. Do friends and family's cars. And I mean, it'll take a little bit to get started because you got to get your name out there, but once it's out there, dude, you're golden. I mean, like I've said in my last videos, this is my 2nd year detailing, and I'm already way more busier than I was in the first year, just from word of mouth. And I don't have anything crazy set up. Right now I'm using a van because I finally got a van, guys. So, no, I'm just kidding, my car's broken. So, yeah, time and chain went on my car. It's stretched. It's gonna cost me a good $4,000 to fix. So, might be buying a van soon.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get it.
But right now I'm just borrowing a friend's Ford Transit, so it's working out pretty good, but just kind of sucks. And if me talking about all this information on starting a detailing business isn't pushing you enough to start a detailing business, I mean, if my car was broken and I didn't have this business, it'd be a whole different story. So, I mean, even if you don't want to take it too serious and bring it to something huge where you're doing it full time, like 10 years down the road, and you just want a little side hustle, you can do that too. you want some extra money, I mean, try it out, and then maybe you're gonna start as a side hustle and then realize that you love it and you bring it into this big thing. If you guys don't have a seat to use when you're detailing, go and get yourself a seat. I'm telling you, I mean, I literally just started to sit down when I started doing the doors and like the seats and all that stuff. Huge difference. 100% recommend. Also, I haven't talked about this yet, but these pants, I got these at Target. They're a material. I mean, honestly, I have no idea what the material is, but when you get them wet or dirty, they're just super easy to clean and they dry off like super fast. So I literally just wear them for detailing. I got these green ones and then white ones. The white ones are just absolutely annihilating. So if you want to show up to somebody's house clean, I'd recommend skipping the white ones, but I mean, honestly, I'm doing the work and people know that I'm doing the work there, so it doesn't really matter to me if I'm dirty or not. Alright, so how I do my prices right now, I have all the prices in my notes. So I have them written down by the size of the vehicle, so it goes from coupes to sedans, SUVs, and trucks. I actually charge the most for trucks because normally they're work vehicles and they're the most dirty. For exact prices, I'll either tell them when I get there or I'll have them send me photos or a video of the vehicle and I'll just give them a price over the phone. So right now, the way I have my packages set up is basic and premium for either the interior, just the exterior, or the whole thing combined, so full detail. So basic interior, for coupes I have 80, sedans 100, SUVs 120, trucks 140. So that's a good price to start out. It's not too expensive and it's not cheap where you're not making anything and you can still afford to buy all the things that you need. Premium interior, which is just more protection and stain removal included. So premium interior, coupes 160, sedans 180, SUVs 200, trucks 220. Now remember, this is the start. This isn't condition included. So this is when a vehicle is in pretty good condition, the price isn't going to go up. But if it's just absolutely destroyed, I mean, I could bring it up $100 or $200. It just depends on the condition. Basic exterior, coupes 120, sedans 140, SUVs 160, trucks 180. For the premium exterior, that just includes protection. Most of the time for the basic exterior, I'll just throw in most of the things that are included with the premium. So it's pretty rare that I'm going to charge somebody the full premium exterior price. Because right now I have coupes at $240, sedans $260, SUVs $280, trucks $380 for just the exterior. So it is a little bit pricey because I have a lot of steps that I do, which I'll go over in a different video. But moving on, basic full detail. So this is everything combined, just without protection and no stain removal, no ceramic coating, nothing crazy. Just the basic, the whole thing covered, which is my most common package that I sell. Coupes 180, sedans 220, SUVs 260, trucks 300, and then for the premium full detail, coupes 360, sedans 400, SUVs 440, trucks 480. So you guys can straight up copy my prices if you want to. Remember, these prices are pretty good for my area, and also I'm mobile, so you got to pay a little bit more for the convenience. I also have the gas prices included, and just all the other expenses that I have to pay are pretty much included in here, so I'm still making a good profit. If you guys want the secret to getting a car coming out perfect, you want to make sure that you don't skip over the little stuff. By little stuff, I mean the seat belts, the buckles, the seat sliders, the inside of the fans, like all the little things that collect dust. when you have all the little stuff cleaned, it makes a car come out 100 times better. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a great example of upselling. So I'm getting the interior done right now, but she got a basic full detail, which doesn't include the trim dressing. So I'm gonna call her, see if she wants to add on the trim dressing. It's an extra $50, and I'm gonna see if I can convince her to add it on. All right, so she actually didn't answer. It's been about 30 minutes, so she just texted me saying I can give her a call back, so let's see how it goes. Hey, how's it going? Good. So I'm finishing up the interior, and I'm curious if you want me to add on a trim protection. I do charge an extra $50 for it, but it will protect all the trim so it doesn't get sun faded, because a little bit of it is, so it should bring it back to where it was when she bought it, and it also leaves like a really good shine to it, to literally make it look like it just came off the showroom. So up to you, but I figured I'd ask because she did say you were paying, so I want to make sure that's okay with you. Okay, so for the whole thing, the condition was totally fine, so the price didn't go up at all. For the whole thing, it starts at $260, and if you add the $50, it'll be $310. All right, perfect. I'll add that on for you then. No problem. All right, bye. Perfect. So she ended up wanting it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on. But that's how you upsell right there. You just offer it to them and just see if they want it. Sometimes they'll say no, sometimes they'll say yes. It just totally depends, and it's really on how you sell it to them. So you just gotta do some practice. I'm not fantastic at it yet, but yeah, I definitely need some practice. But if you practice to upsell your products, then it's really gonna help your business. So what you really want to think about is how much you want to make per hour. So whether that's $20, $30, $40, figure out how much you want to make for your hourly rate and go from there. It'll take you a little bit to figure out the exact price that's going to work for you, but what helps is doing it for a couple of months, figuring out how long cars take you, and going from there. So let's say an interior for an SUV takes you an average of 4 hours. So if you want to make $20 an hour, you're going to charge $80 for that interior detail. If that's not enough, go up to 30. If that's not enough, go up to 40. Whatever works for you. So I try not to think of detailing or getting paid to detail as hourly payment. It's mostly commission because you get paid when you're done with the whole vehicle. But if you look at it hourly, it's a lot easier to price out your vehicles when you look at it that way. So for me, I try to average $40 an hour. That's just me. It seems to be a good point where it's not too much, but not too little. I just love detailing. I don't detail for the money, but it is a lot of work, and you do want to get paid well for it. Another thing to think about with pricing is, what do you want to add on? What packages do you want to include on top of your normal interior, exterior, full detail packages? So you could offer engine bay cleaning for $50. You could do the leather conditioning for an extra $25 or $50. You can do the trim coating for an extra $50. You can do a ceramic coating for an extra $100. Whatever it is, you can add those on top of that. So maybe keep the price of the car with no add-ons cheap. Then you're going to try to upsell from there to get it to a good point where you're going to be making a good amount of money. So what I did when I started out, figuring out my prices right in the beginning, I pretty much, like I said earlier, I looked around and I saw what other people charged. I went a little bit cheaper because obviously I'm starting out, and you can't start out expensive because you need more experience to charge more. But once I got more experience, I rose my rates. Not too much, but I did a little bit, maybe $40 per vehicle more. I figured out what else I could add on while I was detailing the car. And then a big part of it was I figured out how long they took me. So what I would do is I'd have my watch on, and as soon as I started, I'd set a timer. I'd let the timer run for the whole time I was there until I was done with picking up and putting everything away and pretty much 100% done, then I'd see how long that would take me. And then I'd continuously do the same thing until I either saw the time reducing because I got faster, or it would just stay the same to give me an average number on how long these vehicles would take me. Then I took that number, let's say it took me 5 hours, 6 hours in the beginning to do a whole SUV. I take that number, and when I increase my prices, I multiply it by 40, and that's pretty much how I got the prices that I have now. All right, so let's do it out. So let's say an SUV normally takes me around 6 hours to get done. I'll multiply that by 40, and it comes out to $240. So then it came out to $240, and right now I'm charging $260. So what I did was I added $20 to pay for the gas to get there, the expenses of the products, because honestly it's not that expensive because you only use a small amount of products per vehicle. So it's not like you have to charge them for the entire bottle on one car. So you can figure out how much you want to charge to have the products and your tools and the gas paid for by the customer. Alright guys, so I just finished up the car. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you can take away something from it. But yeah, I mean, this car took me way longer than I was expecting, but it came out really, really good. So here it is.